Every day we walking in the street. Every day. Have I worn this shirt before? I love this show though. Y'all love Arthur? Anyway, that's. Hi everyone. Dairy Snacks here. Back in again with another YouTube video. Oh, hi. So, today's video is a story time. Woo! I love story time. I love telling my stories. My stories are funny yet heartbreaking, so try to get them views. Okay, so we are gonna talk about my second worst date. Now, it wasn't as traumatizing as my first one, but it was still kind of traumatizing. So yeah, let's just get into it. This is my second worst date. So I met this guy on, one of the apps. It was either Grindr or Jacked. So I met him on one of the apps. And I thought he was like not the best looking person, but I don't judge on looks. I don't want to judge on looks, because that's kind of shallow. But like he was still, I don't know, he was still kind of decent looking. So I was like, oh, let me give him a chance, There's fuzz in his hair. Oh my God. Pause, sorry. Let's reset everybody. Is it raining? He was decent looking, not the greatest looking person, but he was like decent looking. So I was like, you know what, why not give him a chance? Because like, I'm not really hung up on looks. I'm more of a personality type guy. Like and also he was decent looking. So like he wasn't like, but I don't want to say ugly because like, because like I don't want to be shallow. Because like if you're attractive to me, you're attractive. But like you can be I can be attracted to you. What am I saying? Anyways, he wasn't ugly in my eyes. So he was decent looking. So anyway, so I'm like, you know what? Let's give him a chance. So like I talked to him, we chatted a little bit, and we decided to go on a date, right? So we get plans for a date. It's like probably a weekend or something. And then we meet up at a coffee shop. Shout out to Cece's Coffee Shop on Royal. Love y'all, miss y'all. Anyway, we go to Cece's Coffee Shop and I grab myself, an iced tea because the iced teas are amazing. And then he also gets an iced tea. I'm like, okay, cool. So we sit down, we get to chatting, right? Now, automatically, I don't even know how to say it. Automatically, I feel awkward. And I'm talking about like first date awkward. It's like, oh my God, you're so shy. Like, no, it's like, you're not, I don't feel any like chemistry like going on, like off the bat. There was like, because when we was chatting, it was like a friendly chat, whatever, like, the niceties, like, oh, how's your day? How's it going? And all that. But like in person, it was just like bland. Like, it went from friendly, haha, to like, you know what I'm talking about? Anyway, so off the bat, I don't feel no chemistry. So I'm like, you know what? Try. At least try. So we get to talking about like certain topics and subjects, and I'm trying to like, get to know his point of view on like life and shit. And like throughout the whole conversation, he was like kind of being a yes man, So I will never forget this conversation. Like, so we was talking about, should I talk about this on, yeah, come on now. It's story time, tell a story. We was talking about abortion, right? Now that's a very controversial topic, like, and you can debate about it and like talk about it and like get different points of views and all that stuff, right? So I said, well, I kind of get both sides, and I was like, yeah, you can, I don't want to talk about it too much, but y'all know the both sides. Like, I don't want to be too controversial, but y'all know both sides of abortion, like, is it pro or con? And I was like, well, I can see the pros of it, with blah, 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 blah. He was like, oh yeah, I totally agree with you. But then I was like, oh, well, I can see also the cons of it, of like, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, oh my gosh, yes, I totally agree with you. I'm like, do you have your own opinion? Like, which one do you prefer? Like, which one, you know, like, and then that was like the main thing with all our conversations. So let me give you another example. Oh, I don't know if this happened. I don't remember it that much, but let's say I like bananas. I like bananas. And he's like, oh my God, I love bananas too. But then I'm like, you know what? I don't like bananas because I'm slightly allergic to them. He was like, oh my God, I hate bananas. You know, like he was a very big yes man. So that's strike two, basically. And then after the coffee shop, we was walking around downtown, you know, like just feeling the vibes, you know, late at night. Because downtown late at night is like really cool in New Orleans. But yeah, we was like just looking at the city, people watching, sitting on benches, talking. And then we decided to make out. I'm like, okay, cool. Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all, this man, was it the worst kiss? It probably was the worst makeout session, like, ever. Like, what the fuck? Like, we already don't have a spark. You already are a yes man. You can't be a bad kisser too. Like, come on. Oh God, come on. Like seriously? Like, come on. Bruh. Like, that kind of was like the death seal on, you know, him. Like, it was like, anyway. So, like, how he, okay, so we was kissing, right? And then his mouth okay, this is him. His mouth just kept going like, oh. Like, just like, oh. Like, what are you doing? And then like there was tongue, but barely any tongue. Like, how do you not use your tongue when you make out? Anyway. So after that, I was like, okay, I need to call this a night. So I'm like, you know what? At work. Oh, I'm sick. Like, I came up with some bullshit excuse. He was like, okay, cool, whatever. And then we parted ways. Then I didn't text him. I didn't text him the next day because I was like, no, like, I know you felt no vibe, so let's not pretend like we got something going on. So I didn't text him for like that next day, and then the day after that, he texted me. It was like, hey, what's up? Like, I thought we had something. Like, what's going on? I was like, well, to be honest, I wasn't really feeling our connection, but we can still be friends. Like, cause like there's no type of dating. I don't want to date him again. I at least wanted to be friends, maybe. Barely that, but I was just being nice. So then he was like, oh gosh, like, man, I keep falling for ooh. When I tell you I was petty this moment. Anyway, so he was like, oh gosh, I keep falling for frogs, and I just want to find my prince. Now, I get the metaphor he was saying. He was like, oh, he's tired of just dating guy after guy after guy. He wants to find, like, you know, a boyfriend. But you know what? All I heard, he called me a frog. So I went off on him. I'm like, how dare you? How dare you call me a frog? Even though it was a bad day, there was no need to be disrespectful in this motherfucker. Like, how dare? I was going off. I was being so petty, y'all. I was being so petty. And I really did not need to be petty, but I'm like, fuck it. Like the day was already bad, cause you fucking already, there was no spark. You're a yes man, and you were a bad kisser. You ruined my night, sir. So I'm gonna need you to like. That's horrible. Don't do that. But I said fuck it. Like. So anyway, after I went off him calling me a frog, he was like, oh no, I didn't mean it like that. I meant it as like a metaphor. I'm like, oh, I was like, yeah, I get it. And then like after that, he blocked me. And like he blocked the shit out of me. So yeah. So oh my god. Was I the bad guy? Oh my gosh. Anyway, so yeah, that was my second worst date. Jesus Christ. Let me know what you think about it. Comment below, like, subscribe, share, do all that great stuff. I really appreciate it. And it also helps my channel out. So yeah, do that. And I'll see you next week, maybe. Bye.